What's up, everybody? It's your girl, the Lazy Girl World, and I'm back with another video. Today we are talking about The Third Day. This was a show with Jude Law, Naomi Harris on HBO Max, and unlike its counterparts, Lovecraft Country and Raised by Wolves, this one seems to have come and gone without a lot of hoopla, not a lot of fanfare. Don't even think they had their own hashtag. Not really, you know. At least not the one with the emoji on the back, you know. But it kind of would have been kind of difficult. What would you have had? A number 3? I don't know. I'm rambling. So this one was broken up into 2 parts. It was a 6-episode limited series, and I kind of think it kind of ended in such a way that it shouldn't be coming back for a second season. Sometimes limited series say they're limited, but then they're like, no, it's really only limited if people don't really like it. So, but this one, it kind of felt like there was some finality at the end. So it's broken up into 2 parts. First half is summer, and it's Jude Law's character Sam. The second half is winter, and it's predominantly Naomi Harris's character. Can't remember her name to save my life. I'm sorry. And they actually got 2 heavy hitters to do this TV series, which is exciting. Jude Law's been in a lot of things. So is Naomi Harris. Jude Law was in Sherlock. Naomi Harris was in a lot of things that I cannot remember, but she was in stuff that I didn't really recognize that it was her. So that's exciting. But yeah, so third day. First half is summer. We have Sam. He ends up like talking to somebody on the phone, and so he ends up talking to his wife on the phone, and his wife is telling him how all of the money is gone. They had like 40,000 pounds saved up, and they were trying to make some deal with some guy, and all of the money's gone. So he's like trying to, you know, kind of get that squared away, but at the same time he's like, you know, he's not home. He's somewhere. He's out for a drive, which is, why would you be out for a drive when money has been stolen? Your wife is frantic. I don't know. He wasn't the best person, in my opinion. Just my humble opinion. He was not the best person or husband. You know, that's just me. So anyway, he ends up like going to this river, kind of like letting this shirt flow down the river. And then we find out that he and his wife lost their son when he was little. Okay, so within all of that, he ends up coming across this girl who is like, essentially, now this is trigger warning, but she is trying to hang herself. And so he sees her like standing on this branch. He sees like this little boy like tying up the branch for him, but as he comes upon him, the boy runs away and the girl's standing there. And so like he saves her, takes her back home. He ends up going to this island, and then this is the weirdest 3 days, I guess, that has ever felt. Like he ends up like, everybody there is weird. They're talking to him weirdly, almost like they know him. He's obsessed with helping this girl, like with making sure she's okay. You know, she did just try to hang herself, but I felt like it was like, once she gets back to her family, okay, you can kind of back off and go back to your own family at this point in time. So he ends up staying there because to get back to the mainland, there's like this causeway, gets covered over by water. It's really only available 2 hours out of the day, which is why it was so frustrating watching him trying to take care of this girl when your wife is at home, the money is gone. Obviously you owe some loan sharks some money now. That's serious. 40,000 pounds, that's serious money. So anyway, he gets stuck on the island, and it's just the craziest events that have ever occur. He ends up like, he ends up getting drunk. He ends up sleeping with some other woman. He ends up having weird hallucinations. The people are weird. They're talking to him like they know him, and it's just a lot of crazy things. They're like, oh, there's some darkness in you. You're gonna let the darkness out. And I couldn't tell if they wanted him to let the darkness out or keep the darkness inside. It was a weird chain of events. And on the third day, essentially, it gets weirder, okay? It gets weirder. Long story short, he don't make it back to his wife. All right, he decides to stay there indefinitely, and I will let you guys figure that out. So then we get winter, and we get his wife. Yep, that's right, we get his wife. And what's she doing there? She's there with her 2 kids. Why? Well, come to find out, it really wasn't to get him back. It was to get the money back, because they are in deep trouble. They're going to lose the house. Obviously, she's the only one caring about the kids. So once again, another 3 days. craziness ensues. They're trying to get one of his kids, okay, one of his other daughters. They're like, oh, well, your father's doing something weird. Let's get the oldest one. It was weird. There were babies involved. Extramarital babies, intramarital, outermarital, whatever. He got the lady that he slept with pregnant, so there's a lot going on. So it was just craziness. But I do feel like one of the themes that was captured in this show was grief and how people choose to move past it, with it, work through it. Obviously, Sam was kind of stuck in the past, as you'll see after episode 3. He was stuck in the past. He didn't want to move on. He kept kind of letting people tell him that this island was special. The island was special. And I'm not going to give away why the island was special, but people kept saying it to him. He was like, oh, the island's special. He did try to leave, in all fairness. He tried to leave, but he decided to stay. So then his wife comes there. They keep trying to tell her the island's special. She's like, shut the heck up. Help me find my husband. I need this $40,000 for me and my girls, okay? And then I'll be out of y'all hair. I don't care what's going on with him. I don't care. But we see, like I said, it dealt with grief. So we see how she dealt with the passing of their son. She kind of like hardened her heart, didn't really show emotion. And that can be hard on the kids. So they had like those two like extremist views, extremist ways of like their dad being so emotional all the time, just sad about their son, and their mom just like, okay, yeah, that's sad about him, but we have these two girls, we have to move on. But also she wasn't moving on in a very healthy way as well. Obviously there was some fanaticism, religious cult mixed in there. Okay, I feel like a lot of the shows now kind of throw that in there. I don't know why. That's just the themes people like, I guess. Backstories. Maybe it makes for a good backstory. I felt like that was confusing, but past all of that, it was a good story. Also, it's super interesting to know that the two different parts, the summer and winter, were directed by two different people. And so in the end, you kind of get to see like this summer. It's bright, it's crazy, it's like the 80s. Oh, what's going on? Obviously it was like a what's going on thing, because this man was either drunk or just like on drugs at certain parts. It was a delirious time. And in winter, when his wife comes, everything's all drab and dark gray and dark blue and super dark green, and what the heck is going on? Yeah, it was an amazing, I don't want to say it was amazing, but it was a show to watch, and it was different. It was a different take on the theme of grief. And yeah, I mean, it was something. It was something. Jude Law did amazing. Naomi Harris did amazing. The kids did amazing. Even the extra people that were in the show were amazing. Even though they weren't like the main characters. Oh, they brought it to life. So I don't know if I would say yes, definitely watch it. But if you do, you're going to be like, what in the world is going on? So if you do watch it, or if you have watched it, let me know in the comments below. I will be responding. All right. Thank you. Bye.